Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with standard 2.2. I hope you had a good weekend. We're now going to talk about I can round decimals to the indicated place value. First, let's fill out our decimal chart. Here in the middle, we have our decimal. Remember, that's written as decimal. We say the word and when we read the decimal. All right. In numbers that are more than one, we're going to start with the ones. All right, and then we move on to the tens and the hundreds. Those are pretty numbers, ordering that we're pretty used to. Next is thousands. And then the next one after that is going to be 10,000. Oh, excuse me, we don't want the S there. 10,000. All right, so we have 10,000, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, our decimal. Less than one, or the parts of ones, we have tenths. And notice, please, that this ends in THS. That's going to give you an idea of where it belongs on this chart. Let's do another one. Hundredths, then thousandths. All right, same thing. THS, THS. That means it's part of a whole. It's less than one. All right. Then, just like the other side over there, we're going to have 10 thousandths, 10,000ths, right? And there's that THS again. So less than one ends in THS. Over here, they end in S. All right. Next. To round numbers, we're going to locate the place value that you want to round to. I would suggest underlining it. Let's do that. Locate, well, underline, locate. If the number to the right is 5 or more, round up. Right? And 5 or more is going to include 5, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. All right, there's your 5 or more. If the number to the right of it is less than 5, it remains the same. It stays the same. And that's going to be for numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So 5 or more goes up, less than 5 goes down, or 4 or less goes down. So let's start. I'm going to rewrite these so that I can mark them. So round 4.2694 to the nearest tenth. I'm going to rewrite it 4.2694. I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth. So we're going to underline the tenth spot. You can look back on your chart if you need to. Let's see here. There's the decimal. 1 over is the tenth. So here's my decimal. 1 over is the tenth. So 2 is in the tenth spot. It says if the number to the right of it is 5 or more. So we're going to go right is this way. We're going to say if 6 is 5 or more, our underlined number goes up. If it's less than 5, it stays the same. So 6 is greater than 5. So I'm going to rewrite everything before it. 4 point. The underlined number is where we apply our change. I'm going to change that to 3, and then everything that we circled and after just goes away. So we're going to just stop at 4.3. All right? Please don't keep writing the numbers. If you do that, you're just changing the number. You're not rounding it. All right? So the last digit that you see should be the one that's named. Nearest tenth, this 3 is in the 10th spot, so we are done. Let's do another one. 4.2694. We want to find the ones place. So if I go back a page, ones is just 1 to the left. So I'm going to underline it with a color here, red. 1 to the right is here. And we're going to ask, is 2 5 or more or less than 5? Well, it's in the red group down right here. So we're going to say that the underlined one's going to stay the same. So I'm going to write the underlined number here, stays the same. There's nothing before it to write. Everything from the circle on is gone. So our answer here is just 4. All right. try some more stuff here. Here we need to name the place value, and then we're going to round the number. So this is the other way you might see it. You're going to compare this to your chart. Here's my decimal. I'm always going to start with my decimal. I'm going to move over 1, 2, 3 spots. So I have the tenths, the hundredths, and the thousandths. Make sure you write the THS at the end. Thousand. Oop. THS, thousandths. All right, and then to round to that, I want to think about the 5 that's next to it. So I'm going to write everything up to the underlying number, 36.42. Sometimes the number, the right in front will change depending on what the underlying one is, but generally you're going to be safe to approach it this way. We're going to look, I'm going to do an arrow instead of a circle just because of space. So we're going to look at that 5. 5 is in the 5 or more. Remember, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the, stays the same. Right? And then it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 4 goes up 1. All right. So 5 is in the goes up 1 stage. So our underlying one was a 7. Now it's going to be an 8, and we are done. We're going to get 36 and 428 thousandths. All right. Next one. Here's our decimal. 1 over we know is tenths. So I'm going to write tenths. Tenths. All right. And then I'm going to rewrite everything up to the underlying number. Negative 3, 4, 2, 8, decimal. We're going to look at the number to the right of the underlined one, that 9. 9 tells us that the underlying number goes up. So underlying number 8 turns into a 9 itself. So we're going to have negative 3,428 and 9 tenths. Next, this is the ones spot, because it's 1 to the left. 1 spot. Notice there was no once, so just there's 1, and then either side of 1 is either the tens or the tenths. And I'm going to rewrite. Oh, I can't have anything to rewrite without looking. Let's look at the first one to the right. Ooh, that's 0. That's definitely staying the same. So this becomes 3. All right. And then one more. We're going to have the 10th spot again. We're going to look at that 8. I'm going to rewrite everything ahead of it. 2, 9, 8, 7. Decimal. Ooh, 8's going to tell 9 to go up 1. Hey, this is a good one to see. This is one of those examples where I can't use the full thing. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to erase it. All right? So let's think about, what does 9 become when it goes up 1? Well, 9 becomes 10. So I have to take that extra 1. So I'm going to do 2, 9, 8, 7, and I'm going to add in like this. So it was that, right? I'm going to add in 10 into this spot, but the 1 goes over 1. So this is going to become 2.988 decimal. And then maybe put a 0 since we're rounding to that, right? So 2,988.0 All right? Think about it. The highest this can show is 9, because if it's 10, it's up 1 more over here, right? If it was dollars, if you had 90 cents and you added a dime, you don't have 10 cents, you have $1 even, right? That's the same thing that just happened here. We completed the dollar and it went into the 1 spot, all right? All right. Make sure that you take care of your homework.